Getting ready here for another episode of College Coffee Talk. Andy Lockwood, Lockwood College Prep. This College Coffee Talk is basically a series of semi-random musings, responses to questions, and just general quick updates on the whole college process, specifically getting into college and paying for said college. So what I wanted to riff about today is the pitfalls and strange lure, maybe not so strange, of applying early. And I mean specifically early action and early decision. So this is going to be a pretty quick video because I'm just going to bullet point it out so I can get back to the salt mines here. So there's a difference between early action and early decision. Early decision is binding, meaning you apply early decision under the assumption, certainly encouraged by colleges, that if you apply early decision, you're going to be helping your chances of getting in, because you're indicating to the college that you really, really want to go there, and they like to hear that because they care about their yield, which is the ratio of kids that they admit to who actually matriculate. So if too many kids, in other words, say thanks but no thanks, I'm not coming, that's not so cool. So that's why they like early decision. Okay, so putting aside the possible debate about how much early decision helps, because I'm a little cynical about that, because there's a lot of self-selectivity in early decision in those stats. What I'll tell you is, for financial aid purposes, if you need money, it ain't so good, because if you apply early decision and you get in and then you get a financial aid offer, you're not going to have time to receive offers from other colleges that you may have applied to in the interim to be able to use as leverage against the early decision offer that you've received, the early decision financial aid offer. Plus, colleges rightfully understand that if they let you in early decision, you have to go. Now, there is an out. I'm not going to talk about that here because I've discussed it in previous posts and videos, but for all intents and purposes, they have you by the proverbial short ones. Okay, so I'm not a big fan of early decision from financial aid purposes. However, from the getting into college purposes, I'm a little superstitious about it. I think if I had a kid who had a burning desire to go to a certain school, which is another issue also. Sometimes I don't really understand why kids fall in love with certain schools, because frankly I think there's more similarities than differences, but I'm digressing a little bit. I thought that was important. If you have a burning desire to go to a certain school, it's going to be a life changer and all that, yeah, I guess consider early decision, but just understand that it may be hurting yourself in the wallet. Okay, early action. The thing about early action, it's non-binding, and for the most part, it does not really help your chances of getting in. I think I'll when I finish up here, I'll post a link to a site that I use, College Data, that reports information about a lot of information, including their admission statistics, and specifically they'll break down the percentage of kids who are admitted regular decision versus the percentage of kids who are admitted usually early action or early decision or some sort of combination. Sometimes, let me see, I'm trying to remember on the fly here. I was looking at a college yesterday, might have been Northeastern, and the breakdown was something like they admitted 50% of kids overall, but 48% early. So you see there's not much of a benefit of applying early, at least in terms of your admissions chances. Financial aid-wise, there's no issue. That's the opposite of early decision, because early action is not binding, therefore you can get offers. I like the idea of going early action because many colleges say in order to be in the running for merit scholarships, it's better to apply by early action deadlines. And those early action deadlines and the early decision deadlines vary from school to school. About the earliest that I've ever seen is October 15th. That's UNC Chapel Hill. We just passed a big milestone with a bunch of November 1 early action and early decision deadlines, but there's a lot of November 15th early deadlines, and then there's the early decision 2 potential. Some colleges have that. That's usually January 1st, or it's for kids who didn't get an early decision 1 to other schools and they want to flip their applications in to another college, set the backup choice. So you have to look at each college's website and spend some time making sure that you are abiding by their deadlines. But back to my original point here, early action doesn't really help your chances of getting in. It can help your chances of getting merit-based money. You're not going to necessarily find out whether you got in earlier. That's another sort of misleading or urban myth type of thing. A lot of people think, well, if I apply early action, I'm going to find out sooner. Not always the case. You may find out just with everyone else. You may get lumped in. But you get some sort of, maybe indirect credit for getting your applications in. But listen, I'm a big fan of just getting all your done, getting it off your plate, and getting it done with, so you can get on with the rest of your life. I like applying early from that standpoint too. Okay, hope you found this video helpful, and if you have any questions, pop them in comments. I do monitor this page usually at least once a day. So please also, if you found this valuable, please share this with anyone. Just kind of like pop someone's name in the comments section, and they'll get it that way. Please give me some of them funny looking emoticon type things, and I will be coming back at you later as we progress through this exciting financial aid and application season, which has been, by the way, marred by websites going down, Common App problems, CSS profile financial aid forms problems, the FAFSA not meshing up nicely with the IRS site. So it's ugly this year. I can't remember being quite this bad. It was kind of gnarly a few years ago when they updated the Common application, and that was a mess. This year they updated the CSS profile financial aid application, and that's been challenging, to say the least. So I hope this gives you a little breath of sanity amidst the chaos. Andy Lockwood signing off. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.